Nothing screams St. Patty's Day like Guinness Beer Braised short ribs. Deep, rich, almost chocolatey braised short ribs is the perfect dish for this time of year around St. Patrick's Day and beyond. We're gonna braise our short ribs in Guinness beer. We're gonna throw a little coffee in there. That's gonna be the secret ingredient until they are meltingly tender, falling apart. This is a real simple recipe. The only thing you need to master is time and temperature control. When you master this braise, you can apply it to any cut of meat that's on the rough cuts, right? Cuts that get a lot of motion, a lot of connective tissue, chuck, short rib, belly meat, and then onto other animals as well, either side of the animal. So we're gonna start, I've just got these short ribs here. I've salted them lightly ahead of time. I'm doing carrots, onions, and garlic. The richness of this braise is also gonna come from the shiitake mushrooms, which are full of that earthy umami that we want in the dish. I'm not using celery because I'm not a huge fan of celery. So we're gonna start off here real simply by searing our short ribs. The short ribs actually come off of effectively the belly of the steer, and they get a lot of motion. There's a lot of muscle in there, a lot of connective tissue, but when they braise, they are the candy of the steer. These things are meltingly tender. It is the best cut to braise. Be a little bit more expensive than the chuck, for example, or any of the stew meats. But if you've got short ribs and they're on sale, or you can get them for less than, at this point, $10 a pound, go for it. So I'm going fat side down, bone side up, and I'm gonna sear these. I'm not getting the pan too crazy hot because I don't wanna burn the exterior of the short rib. I wanna get a nice, beautiful brown on these. You're gonna be cooking them for a while, so don't worry about whether or not it takes a while for you to get that beautiful brown. We're gonna brown all sides of the short ribs as well. The deeper the brown, the better the flavor of the stew or the braise. So on the short rib pieces, you have multiple points of surface area, essentially. You wanna sear all of that. The more surface area you can sear, the deeper the flavor, the deeper the browning. That Maillard browning is what develops this whole foundation of flavor. So as you notice, I'm searing it on all sides, not just on one side, right? See, I get that side. Now I'll flip over to the other side and I'll sear the other side. Even on this small piece, like that piece I'm gonna sear as well. See, that's beautiful right there. That's what you want. But you wanna do that on all sides. Protein Jenga, if you will. That is properly browned right there. Put it aside. I'm gonna leave the fat from the short ribs in the pan. And then I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit and we're gonna add our carrots and our onions. And we're gonna saute those. So these I just roughly chopped to keep this rustic. You can cut it the size of however you want to eat it. I like the larger pieces of carrots and onions in there because I'm going to mix this into the stew or the braise afterwards. But if you want a finer dice, you can do a finer dice. If you want a larger dice, you can do a larger dice. This is really just for the flavor. Now season this part as well. Make sure you season every layer of the braise. That's really important, especially for something you're cooking low and slow and long. You wanna make sure you're seasoning it throughout so you're building those layers of flavor up as opposed to just seasoning the exterior and then you have a vapid interior. So now I'm throwing the shiitake mushrooms in. We're gonna let them sweat and slightly brown. That's gonna release a lot of flavor. So I'm gonna add whole cloves of garlic right now to get a little toast on the garlic. And then we're gonna let that saute for a minute. I got some Guinness here for the Martin. Let's have that little thing in there. It's got that little nitrous, of course. So I'm gonna do 1 full can, and I'm gonna reduce this a little bit. I wanna cook a touch of this alcohol out of here. Now the reason I'm not gonna add the ribs at this stage of the game, I wanna boil some of the alcohol out of here, but I don't want the ribs to boil because then that's gonna tighten the meat. So I'm gonna just bring this to a little similar. I'm gonna actually reduce the Guinness by about 50%. Let's go crazy here. I'm gonna reduce the Guinness by about 50%, which is only gonna strengthen the flavor. You know what I'm gonna do as well? Got a little coffee over here that Lauren left for me this morning. So I'm gonna do maybe a cup of coffee in with this Guinness, and we're gonna let that reduce by 50%. So the beer coffee mixture has reduced by about 50%. So I've concentrated that flavor. Now I'm gonna hit it with the rest of the braising liquid. I'm just using some chicken stock. The beef is strong enough, so just a little bit of chicken stock to add some more richness, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do, now I'm gonna add back my short ribs, all right? So they're not gonna be fully covered. So a true braise doesn't fully cover. A stew is when you cover the product. A braise is when you only cover it 3/4 of the way. A stew is a lot of small pieces of meat. A braise is when you use a few large pieces of meat. So that's the primary distinction between a stew and a braise. I'm gonna add some fresh herbs in here as well. Why not? Let this come to a lazy bubble. We're gonna cover the vessel and we're gonna put it in a 350-degree oven and we're gonna finish the braise in the oven. All right, we're gonna pull our short ribs from the oven. Oh, let's see where these guys are at. Now we're talking. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Oh boy, so what we're gonna do now is that I'm leaving the stove on. I'm gonna thicken this gravy or the sauce, the braising liquid. Now, I made a cornstarch slurry. If you don't know how to make a cornstarch slurry, that means you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, so smash the like button and hit subscribe so you can understand what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna drizzle it into the boiling braising liquid, okay? And that's gonna thicken this up. The cornstarch keeps it gluten-free. We're gonna just simmer this just a minute or two. Oh yeah, now we're talking, right? Look at the viscosity on that sauce now that we added that cornstarch slurry. It's a nice nappe. Beautiful, beautiful color on this braising liquid with that Guinness, the richness from the Guinness and the coffee. We got the mushrooms in there that have added a ton of flavor. Now I'm gonna plate these short ribs, keep the bones on there. Okay, this is gonna go in the center of our table tonight. If you wanted potatoes in here, you could dice the potatoes and add it in the last 20 minutes of the braising process, so then the potatoes will be perfectly tender before you actually serve this. I'm just making sure I get a lot of the good stuff, the carrots and the mushrooms. Nothing is better than beer braised short ribs, especially Guinness, that rich, velvety, almost coffee-like, chocolatey braising liquid that's produced when you cook these short ribs in Guinness, and a little bit of coffee is like no other braised dish. The short ribs have that unbelievable collagen, rich mouthfeel. You'll notice I made a lot of extra braising liquid because what I love to do is that I'll take the braising liquid and I'll pour it over rice and I'll eat just the rice in the braising liquid over the next couple days. So you get a lot of richness from the beef as it cooks, so why not amplify that? Why not have a little bit more and then use it over a 1 or 2 day period? That's how you can maximize and get the most dollars out of your food. All I can taste is the smoky richness from the Guinness and the braised short ribs, and it's the perfect flavor.